Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode, which is actually our seventh episode. Woo-hoo! So if you missed the first six or
Hello.
if you missed this one, hello. You can always listen to it 24/7 on demand at Blog Talk Radio here. So definitely catch up with us. Like I said, we're on the 7 1. I'm clapping for ourselves. We're so happy. Welcome to, like I said, another show of Real Talk with Rasheeda and.
Gaylene.
So we're just up here, like I said, I think we missed maybe last Sunday. We missed y'all, but that's still cool. We're catching back up this week with some great, juicy topics. Definitely today, I can't wait to discuss these. So the two topics we have on the chopping board today is one is called compassion and love. That basically means, we need to have a little more compassion in the world today. I don't see a lot of that. And my biggest thing, love will follow after compassion because you can love somebody but not care about them. And that's actually very true for different experiences that I had. But anyways, our second topic, which is awesome, the good, the bad, the uppity. People who think they live above you, or are above you because they have certain materialistic possessions or are living a certain way. So if some people that are beneath them, they want to make sure they keep belittling you, make you feel small about yourself. And I think that's very unacceptable behavior from anyone, especially if you really care about somebody. You definitely want to make nobody, push nobody down. So we're going to jump into those very soon. But first, to start out, I want to make sure, tell everybody what we've been up to. Like I said, we've been chilling. I got to do an episode with my sister on Let's Dish. So happy about that because that airs on her TV station at DATV. I'm going to let her go ahead and talk about that. But that's what I've been doing. I've been doing a little bit of couponing. Like I said, you can follow me on Facebook. You look at my page. It's called The Couponing Diva. Is the name of my page where she did The Couponing Diva. You can find me on Facebook. Get a little tips on how to coupon and do little things, save money and sign up for promotions or freebies and get into different things we got going on. So that's all I've been doing and then living life and, babysitting, taking care of my niece. I love her so much, both of them. But anywho, I'm going to let my sister go ahead and tell us what she's been up to and give you some info about her show, which is really awesome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome.
I have been up to the brand ambassador work, just doing an unbelievable amount of writing and videos, et cetera, and I have a lot to catch up on, so that has been keeping me hopping. And then doing Let's Dish, that's my TV show that airs on several different TV stations, and I mean not TV stations, but several different cities and counties, and then it airs on the internet as well for everybody to view. So if you want to view it online, my show comes on every Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time and every Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on DATV. If you're not in the DATV viewing area, make sure you go to www.datv.org, and those times I gave you, you can watch my show live streaming at that time because it's like watching the actual TV station on the computer. So.
Sweet.
And then we insert Real Talk into one of the episodes every month. So I've already got one on demand on YouTube. Just look up Let's Dish with Gaylene, and you can see the one where me and Rasheeda did an actual video through Google Hangout where you can see that we recorded that. And then we have another one coming up here soon that'll be airing, like I said, in December. So stay tuned. There's a lot of good topics coming.
Awesome. So, yeah, I'm so excited for you, and I'm so glad. It was my first time being on TV, so, when I saw myself, I'm like, oh, my goodness. Yeah, because you definitely, when you see it on Let's Dish, because it's airing local, you're not going to hear all the cursing, but you're still going to get the real deal. It's still going to be, stay straight real, just minus the certain words, that that I normally use on here. But here, everything fucking rolls. So, anyways.
Exactly. We are
Hello.
potty mouth. I'm not gonna lie. So you might as well. You're gonna hear the real deal on here. I have a bad potty mouth. So
yeah, I
have to clean it up for television.
Hello. So if it offends you, I'm just going to give you a warning right now. Go ahead and leave. You already know it's called Real Talk, so that's what we just told you is real shit. So to start off with the first topic, compassion and love. Like I said, I was thinking about, I love Stevie Wonder. I love my oldies. I get into a little bit of the new stuff, but I'm always I'm an 80s baby, so I love a variety of old music, whether it's rock, classic, everything. But anyways, before I go into details about that crap. Love the Need to Love Today. That's one of his songs that I was listening to. It really is true. And I was telling my sister, people can love you because they love, having you around as far as you being in their life maybe. But to be some people can love you but not be concerned about you, not care about what's going on with your health, not care about what's going on with your livelihood. They just love you because, your family or a friend or whatever. Outside of that, they can give a fuck about you. And my thing is when people have compassion, because passion is something where you give yourself to the world. And the world gives themselves to you. And, when you do that, you give out not just helping somebody materialistically, you can be encouraging or inspiring to somebody. And I know I say this in every episode, because I want to keep pushing the positive. Even though I have my bad days and I put up some posts that may say and sound like it's negative, but I'm not going through all that. I'm just posting funny things and get people to laugh, because everybody needs to fucking laugh, in life. You have to laugh. If you're too serious, people don't understand that we're all not getting out alive. Everybody's going to go. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to, know when your time is or when it's time. So I just enjoy it while you're here. And while you're here, make sure you share your stuff with people, because you never know what someone can learn from you, get from you, and then it passes down to everybody when you give compassion. So my thing is, when you feel for people and you give compassion and give yourself to the world, it spreads like wildfire, and it's a happier place, and it's healthy for you to be, and then love follows. Love will always follow compassion. When you care about somebody, have empathy for somebody, then you really become to love them for who they are, if you understand where I'm coming from. I mean, what do you think, sis, as far as, world today? Do you believe that, we need a little more compassion, or how is your experience going? I mean, it's our lifetime. We've experienced a lot of stuff, so.
Yeah, like I said, I do believe this world is very, very much in need of a lot of love and compassion. Call me a softie at heart and, a hopeful, whatever you want to call me. This world has changed so much. It used to be back in the day, you hear the stories from our grandparents and our parents of, you need something, here you go. I have some sugar. I have some this. I have, they would help each other, and I would just sit out there and watch my grandparents or my parents, they, talking to the neighbors, and they'd visit, and everybody was so friendly, communicating, and, oh, I got this, I got that, and they wouldn't hesitate to do it. Nowadays, the newer generations of people, everybody just looks at each other like, what do you mean? I'm not helping you. I don't have this. I'm not giving you nothing. Or they act like, it's asking. It could be the littlest thing, like, can I borrow your pen? No. And you be like, really seriously, like, if you have that little compassion for somebody to use your pen to write something with, people just get so petty, and we just have a very hateful generation, very selfish, and I don't like it.
Me either. And it's horrible. Like you were saying, you can't even not just the materialistic things, like I said, just somebody can you come over here and help me hang up a picture in my house. The general things that people used to do for people. You see a car on the side of the road. Now it's a little dangerous, so you got to be a little worried, about somebody. You might be a stalker or a killer after nighttime with an axe murderer, and you stop and help somebody, and, things.
I was just getting ready to say that, like, you have to tread lightly, because you don't know what kind of people you're dealing with nowadays. Yeah.
Tread lightly, but if you're in a public place where, maybe at a grocery store and you see an old lady trying to get her, groceries into her truck, there's nothing wrong with helping somebody. And, lending a helping hand, even if it's in the neighborhood, and someone or one of your friends or family need to have, a listening ear. I've been a listening ear for so many people, and some people have been that for me. Like, I'll come to you about everything. Like, I can come to you and not be judged about anything. And you show all that compassion to me, you give me solutions. Instead of to tell somebody, well, you put yourself in that situation, and fuck you. You shouldn't say that. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody does what they do. You don't have no right to judge. I know I went off the other night on, I posted something on Facebook that let people know, unless you're paying all my motherfucking bills and you're taking care of those that's in my house, then, yeah, I might listen to your, what you have to say, and I may give you a little respect. But until then, while you think you're talking behind my back or whatever the case is, you can't be woman enough to say it to my face or man enough to say it to my face, then let me go and bend over and kiss my whole ass. Because to me, you have to have a little compassion. I give too much. When I don't have, I still give. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's not always like, okay, let me hand you this. It's like sometimes it's listening to this, somebody talk to you or vent to you, or, giving advice to people. Say, hey, well, I can help you with this, since you meet you halfway, if that helps you, what the case is. People are not helpful anymore. People can see somebody in need or help, and this person needs, but you would be so stingy and so selfish. Like you said, this generation is fucking horrible. After the 80s babies, I don't know what the hell happened. Even before around the 80s babies, people became about self, and they forgot about others. Nobody thinks about anybody else but themselves, unless it's just something that they can reap rewards or benefits from for themselves. They're not into helping nobody. Everything comes to the
let's go ahead and attach something to that, sis. Like, think about it. If a person does help you, you have those ones that, well, I gave you a piece of cake, so I own you for life.
Oh,
You're going to be feeling obligated every time I ask for something, which is quadruple what I did for you, but I'm going to make sure that you feel like you have to keep doing things for me because I gave you one fucking thing. Like, come on now, get the fuck over yourself.
people are
You
so
never know. If just
yeah.
because somebody else can't give you something does not mean you won't be rewarded by somebody else because you're doing it from the bottom of your heart, not what you're expecting back. That's too many people expecting
Exactly.
shit back.
When you expect something back from what you do, that's when things are bad. And it was talking to my mom about that the other day. I said when people do things with bad intention, it's not going to work out for you. Believe that. Karma is going to hit you either instantly or it's going to gradually come on to you. And I believe in full circle, you know what I'm saying? What you give is what you get. And when people throw out that kind of thing and they try to destroy you, try to, get one up on you, that shit comes back around. So when people do that to me or people are heartless and when people, don't, respect me or try to help me or put a hand out, but they always have some opinion about my fucking life, kind of, always got some shit to say. You can call me a raggedy bitch bum. You can call me this, but one thing you can't say is I'm heartless. I do everything from the fucking heart. If it's not from the heart, I don't do it for anybody. If I feel some kind of fucking way, I will not do it because that's false. To me, that's gonna be a false kind of person. I don't want to be like that. When I do it for somebody, I want to have compassion in behind it. I want to have all the love in my heart. Because if you don't have the passion or the drive about it, then don't do it at all. You know what I mean? Don't do it all because I feel like I'm obligated. Because I feel like I'm obligated, I guess I have to do it, or whatever the case is. They have that have to do it attitude and make somebody else feel down about it because you come to help them. Don't make me feel petty or guilty about that. I've done so much stuff for so many people, and still have not yet received a goddamn thank you or I appreciate you. I really am thankful to have you in my life, kind of thing. I have it from you and my other best friend because you're both like my sisters. Or whatever, but y'all always will tell me, I'm glad to have you in our life. Don't leave this earth, don't let people take you down. I get that from y'all, and we're not even blood, we're not biological, but from my blood, I don't get that. And that's something I did crave at one time, but now it's like, you know what, fuck it. People don't have compassion about me and my situation and don't care. I don't talk to them. They're like, what's going on with you? Everything's all right. I don't pretend like, oh, well, my life's perfect. But I say everything's all right. It's okay to say it's all right because I know it's going to work out in the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What about the ones that turn around and you, like, say they do something for you, and then you would do it in a heartbeat for them, but in the same breath, if they asked you at the wrong time, like, say if they say, do you have $20, and you sincerely do not have the money and you are broke as hell, and when they ask you, you don't even have it in the bank, you don't even have it, like, nothing, and they would be upset and acting like, I can't believe I did something for her and she didn't do something back for me. And this hasn't happened. I'm just giving an example. Come on now. You're going to sit and really be mad at somebody because they didn't have it and stop, drop, and roll when you needed it, when they sincerely may not have had it, but they'll do anything they can if they do have it. Don't hold that against somebody. They're not being stuck up. It's just somebody sincerely may not have it.
Right, maybe it's the wrong time. Maybe it is the wrong. Even though we have it 7 times in a row, it may actually be the wrong time because I've had that, not just materialistically, but people ask for my services, and unfortunately, it was the wrong time. Maybe I was going through something a little mentally. Maybe I felt depressed, and people don't understand that either. It's going to be one of our topics coming up soon. Invisible illnesses, because nobody understands. Somebody who's depressed or bipolar or whatever. There's many things out there, and some moments I have to recharge. I can't really deal with people, and I'm not acting funny. Is that I can't give you my time, and I have to rationalize my time out to people because I need some time to be alone. And people got offended, you're never there when I need you, or something like that. They say you're not dependable or reliable. That's fine because one thing I know, if I'm due to do something, which me, I'm always on that. If something happens, it comes up, I'm always gonna let you know 24 hours in advance or as soon as possible, or 48 hours, 72 hours in advance. You know what? I got to do something that day, so I really can't do it. And I'm good for that. And I always give you a heads up so that you have an alternate situation to do. I never leave nobody hanging. That's how compassionate I am and how much I care. I make sure I, respect your time. You understand? Respect what you have to do. I'm very respectful and very caring about that and very concerned about that. I don't like not being on time. I don't like not letting you know what's going on, especially if I have something to do for you. I fulfill what I have to do for people. You understand what I'm saying? You have those people that don't matter what you do, you're never going to be good enough. And you just have to let those people go. If they're not compassionate enough to care about you and what you're going through, or willing to lend a helping hand, but always got some shit to say about it, let them motherfuckers go and walk away. You don't have to. You don't have to beg for friends. When you have a good, pure heart, the good people will come to you. People can see that, and that's the problem. People want to talk down about us or talk down about me, and people will look beyond it because they already know who I am. People can see. Kids, adults, whatever, young people, they see that I'm a good person, and no matter what kind of shit you say about somebody, people already know the truth because actions speak louder than words, is all I want to say. But like I just want
But
to say
you
at
know
the
what,
end before I end
sis?
this subject, yeah, go ahead.
Don't feel that way, because you know what? No matter what you do in life, there's going to always be somebody, no matter who you are, that is going to not like you just because. They have no reason. They just want to find somebody to pick with because they're angry, they're miserable, they're looking for somebody to lash out at, or whatever the case may be, and they just look at people like, I don't like that person, and then they start picking them apart because they need something to do, instead of like, why don't you focus on something more positive in life, find something to do instead of going, you want to pick somebody apart and make them feel like crap because you're miserable.
Exactly. It's a whole thing. And like I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and end this subject on that note. Like we both said, is look out for people. Be good as much as you can. Don't feel down on yourself because somebody, feels some kind of way about you. Like she said, it can be, they'll randomly like you because they don't want to fucking like you. You don't have to have everybody like you because most people, real people are not going to have a lot of friends. You're going to have a few friends that really give a fuck about you, and that's just the honest truth. You know what I mean? So don't look to have a bunch of friends or people like you because not everybody is. And like I said, I would rather be somebody's shot of Hennessy before I'm your cup of tea. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm going to end that on that with compassion and love. Make sure you jump on our page and let us know what you think about the compassion and love and what you believe needs to be, given around and shared with the world today. So definitely do that. But I'm going to let my sister jump on, introduce the second topic, which is the good, the bad, and the uppity. Go ahead, sis, you want to roll into that, and we all going to get deep down into that.
Yeah, like I said, the good, the bad, the uppity, or as the word my grandmother used, she still uses it, and I love using that word, why they act in hinkty. She'll say hinkty, or, I call them the ones that, are, got a lot of money or go around looking down at people, the muckety mucks, as they call them back in the day. I love, using those kind of words, and it's like these people that feel that they are, above another because of materialistic possessions or better circumstances, and they go around and they brag or they put other people down because they don't have as much. And it's like they feel good and superior because they are in that position. And it's like, we all bleed red blood. When you leave this world, them possessions aren't going with you. So you really need to think about, why, that social status that you have on this earth, it's not going to help you in the afterlife. I know people think like, well, that's different when you're on this earth, but still, going around putting other people down to make yourself feel better, or, if you have money, you don't have to go around bragging about whatever you have. Whatever you have, this shows, people see it, oh, they got nice stuff, but they're not one of those people talking about, I got 3 Lamborghinis, I got 2 Mercedes sitting in the driveway, I got a big 80-inch flat screen, I got a theater in my house. You don't have to brag. It's not saying that you're not happy and joyful about what you have. That's not the purpose. But when you find some people that go, oh, I'm stacking them dollars, and you don't have this, ain't nobody killing the bread like me. You're bragging.
Right.
What do you think?
Well, I mean, as far as I agree, and and I touched on you touched on that other night. I had a little rant because I get tired of people judging you, whether it's about social status, whether it's about you having a certain amount of materialistic items, or whether it's how you take care of your home. And people want to make the judgment, oh, if you couldn't afford it, why did you do this and this and that? If you can't do that, or why did you, put yourself in that, because you put yourself in a predicament, I don't feel sorry for you. Like I said, again, going with the first topic, give compassion, help somebody else. If you feel like, you're better than somebody, if you can walk in a room and feel like no one's, when you come in a room, if you're confident, it's different. When you're confident and come into a room, you don't compete with nobody because you're not comparing yourself to nobody. And people, whoever comes in, to you and want to compare themselves, and all my life is so perfect, and you have to listen to me because I'm perfection. Make sure that you're perfection, because when you point your finger at somebody, make sure those fingertips are clean. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has, skeletons in their closet. Everybody's done some things, and you have to really, look at the situation as it is as a big culture. When somebody comes to you and believes you because they're little, so don't, worry about it. You know what I mean? Just let people be who they're going to be, because some people are just built like they're like, oh, because I have a good job, I have a career, I got an education, oh, my life is beautiful. But at the same time, they're in a bad relationship, they got hard-headed ass kids that, get suspended from school. They got all kinds of bullshit going on behind the scenes, bad credit, everything else. You know what I mean? So don't let the front fool you. You know what I'm saying? People have so much to say. I was so mad because somebody said something about, making it in general. I'm not going to say it was pointed towards me, because the shoe might have fit my foot. And yes, I did lace that bitch up, and yes, I did. You respond. I didn't send it directly to a person. If they want to send some subliminal messages, I make sure I send a subliminal message. Like, if you're not paying my bills, and I'm not coming to you every month for you to pay my bills, or we're not laying up together, then I can care less about your opinion. You ain't got nothing to say about my living situation unless you're changing my living situation. You understand me?
Exactly. That's why I said, I'm not going to be ashamed to make. I'm not rich, but I'm not dirt poor. But in the same breath, I don't go around. If I do, I don't get me wrong. I try to do the best that I can, but I do the best with what I got, and I don't go around
Right.
making others feel like because they got a little less than me that they're less relevant. I will treat a janitor or a maid that's working in a building, cleaning and scrubbing floors for a living, the same way that I would treat the
Right.
president, because they're all the same to me. Nobody is, oh my God, because
No.
you got a bigger job or you're on TV or whatever, you're more important. No, that's BS. Everybody is
No.
the same.
It's BS. Exactly. And that's my whole thing. People don't understand we're all human. We're all the same. Yes, somebody might have a little more than somebody else. And somebody, I had a quote somewhere that said, when you have something and you don't give, not just saying materialistic, like I said, even yourself, if you don't give and you're being stingy, that's the quickest way for it to be taken away. You know what I mean? The easier you got it, it's easier to be taken away. And people don't understand that. And it's okay to help somebody. Like my neighborhood, we're not in the best neighborhood, but sometimes I have a little more than what somebody else may have living next door to me. I'll give something away. Sometimes, when I was doing couponing, I had all those shampoos and conditioner. Girl, I just gave all that stuff away because I haven't couponing for over 6 months, really, not doing much. I gave all that conditioner stuff away because I don't use it. Why am I going to be stingy enough to hold on to something that I'm not going to use? You understand? And I also know that I'm above. That one girl kept just blessing me and thanking me so much. And I don't feel like I'm above her. I let her know I'm still chill. I'm so down to earth. I'm very chill. I don't see myself above nobody because I speak more properly. I have a little bit of education behind me and things like that. I don't think I'm above anybody on any means. You know what I'm saying? If I feel like some way about somebody coming, like maybe for example, my family members, I'm not gonna put you down. I'm gonna be very upset about this situation. I'm kind of just disappointed more so, not really angry at you. I try to give you advice or solutions. Like this is what you should be really looking towards. But guess what? It's just my opinion. You don't have to take it. But I'm not gonna look at somebody and point down and say your life is horrible. This is what you need to do. You don't know what the hell I need to do. How are you just gonna tell somebody what they need to do or what you think they should be doing? Because this is how I live, and you're not living right if you're not living the way I'm living. And that's so wrong. I see so many people's success quotes or whatever the case is. Everybody's not gonna be successful. Everybody's not gonna be successful in that kind of light. Being what you would call fame. You know what I'm saying? You might be successful in, being at home, being a good homemaker, being a good mother at home. You may be successful as being a good student, but not everybody's going to be famous or be superstars, whatever, rock stars, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You have to accept somebody for who they are. And if you feel like you're above somebody, if you have somebody that's like that, you need to let that person is poison. Let them go. Because all they're going to do is just, keep hurting you. On the inside, you feel some kind of way when you're sitting next to them. You're not going to really want to conversate with somebody because every time you say something, they're like, well, I'm still better than you. My situation's like this, girl. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that kind of poison. That's like, keeping that kind of person around is like poison. Walk away.
That's why I said I am so chill, and I am. Like, I could kick it with somebody that's got a lot of money all the way down to going to a person that lives in a shack. You feel me? And go up in there and have the biggest party of my life. I make, out of every situation that I'm in, I make it just, it is what it is. Like, I'm not worried about where you live, what your place looks like, what's going on in your life. I'm here because we're cool, and I'm kicking it with you. I'm a chameleon. I will go and listen to, I don't go, I can't hang out with the rock group. I can't hang out with the hip. I don't do that. My shade changes depending on my mood. I could go rock out with a heavy metal or a rock band, and then I'll go to a hip hop concert the next day and be up in there rapping right along with, a Notorious B.I.G. or, that's my flavor changes, and I'm not going to change myself to fit into one certain mold because I don't.
And it's the whole thing. You have to be diverse, and people don't understand diversity. Like, what the fuck you mean? Be diverse, like you just said. I've been, and when I was young, my mom introduced me to all types of music. So I can go from listening to gospel to rock to country to hardcore rap. You know what I'm saying? I can go listen to Eazy-E and then come back and listen to Mahalia Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
That's how I do. That's exactly how I do.
People don't understand. I'm very flexible, and it's good to have diversity of people to hang with. Because I can hang with somebody that's homeless. I love having conversations with people on the streets, because they're you're down to earth, and they see that you're very genuine. And when you have this type of people that hang with anybody, that's the best friends they have around. I can make a party anywhere. Even though sometimes I'm a little, I am a social butterfly, but sometimes because of my imbalance, I'm sometimes going to be alone. But when I'm out there with everybody, I'm I'm the life of the party. I make sure the party keeps bumping. I'm always the one that's like, hey, let me cook for everybody because I love cooking. So I love having people over, having my food, and having a good conversation, and having good fun. Like I said, you can't keep with everybody because some people feel like, oh, well, why the hell she buying this? Gossiping about you. Why the hell she buy this when she knows she can't afford that? Why she do this because of this and this and that?
Why are
Dude,
you
that's
worried
not
about
your
my
place.
status? Why don't you just sit over there and
Right,
just mind your
exactly.
business and enjoy?
Exactly. If you don't want to hang out with me, you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? I don't beg for friends. So you already know how that goes. Like I said, I have only a small handful. There's under 5 people believe that can really, and basically down to 2 that can really call and say something to, and know that I would have a great time every time I talk to that person. I would feel, regenerated talking to you or talking to my best friend. Because you're, like I said, you're both my sisters. And I can come to you and feel relieved after we talk.
Same
I don't
here.
feel like tense. When I go to some people, I don't want to go to them. I don't even talk to them hardly more. I give them basic conversation, but I don't give them a situation what I'm going through because those type of people, well, girl, you should have been doing this. This is the problem with you, girl, and blah, 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 blah. Sometimes people don't want to hear that shit. Sometimes people just want to have a listening ear, and you want to act like your life is much better, but
they
you
just
the
want
mess
to
in your
when
life.
they hear it. Yeah, they just treat you like crap when they hear what's going on with you, make you feel like you're a bother, or they don't want to hear,
Right.
oh, I don't really care. And you'll be the same person that when they're upset down, you'll check on them, listen to what they have to say, but they'll be judgmental and act like they have no time in the world to hear what's hurting you, that you're in pain. And that's why I can count on less than one hand people that are sincerely true like that. I know you know you are, and I have a few,
Exactly.
Peaches and a couple other friends, and Wanda, and like some of them, they don't care. And it's like, you ever seen those friends that are like, what are they called, showboat friends? It's like, I'll be your friend, we're cool, we're out in public, we're hanging out, we'll make out like we're the best of friends, but when you need a deep conversation out of them, they're nowhere to be found.
Exactly. Nowhere to be found at all. And then, hell, they talk about her behind your goddamn back. They'll conversate with you, get all the information about your ass, and go talk about your ass. Like, can you believe that broke ass bitch and this and this and that? She ain't shit and loo and la la la. And, some people don't understand. Sometimes they come back around to you, and I might not say shit to you. I just look at you, and I know what kind of person you are, and I know, because everything comes to light. Anything in the dark always comes to fucking light, and it will come out. And, in the end, like you said, you can't use, money to get into heaven if you believe in God or whatever cases of believing going to a better place in afterlife. It's not going to buy your way into heaven. Having all the money in the world is not going to buy you friends. It's not going to buy you, happiness. You can't pay for happiness. You can have all the money in the world and still be still be poor, if you understand where I'm coming from. You can have all the money and still be a poor
have all the money
person.
in the world, but be lonely, have nobody around you that's true blue, because everybody's hanging around you to see what they can get.
Exactly. You'll never find happiness, just because I got money and this is my status, you know what I mean? Sitting there dead in the room alone and people, you don't have anything to show for yourself in the end. Money is not everything. Money, education, you can have a degree, somebody hands you a goddamn piece of paper, good for you, glad you got something from the education system, looks great. But look at the people who didn't follow through college. I don't think Bill Gates went through college. I don't think, who was that already died? Steve Jobs. There's so many people who didn't go to college and became so successful in life. It doesn't matter what you do. You don't have to be famous. You don't have to be a computer maker. You don't have to be a telecommunications kind of company or not like that. You don't have to be big dog like that. But just like what us doing our shows right here. We don't have to have, be all big and famous and everybody, I hear about their show all the time. Just having a little bit of listeners that might need to listen ear or might need to hear what we have to say or what they're going through right now. It's just a little stuff, a little bit of compassionate stuff that people do that make all the difference. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, yeah, we're at the end of the show. We have less than a minute to go. So just want to thank everybody for listening to us. Like I said, you can listen 24/7 on demand. And, definitely look out for my sister's show, Let's Dish with Tammy. Like I said, she's on YouTube. And make sure you go to datv.org. And like I said, make sure you look up with us on our, Facebook pages, because we're always she's on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We have pages, groups, everything. And if you look for us on the Facebook, like I said, it's Facebook/Rasheeda and Gaylene. And that's when you find our Real Talk page. So make sure you comment, tell us, share. Let us know what your opinions about the subject you touched today. And like I said, stay real, be compassionate, be loving, and anything that's negativity that you don't need, wipe it out your life, erase it. You don't have to be mean to somebody. Say, I'm not fucking talking to you no more. Just, slowly, give pieces of yourself to people. Don't give everything to people. Just give what you're going to give, and that's it. Reserve some of yourself for yourself because you need to keep that energy. You need to keep happiness. And that's what life is about, living happy. If you can't live happy, it's no point in living if you can't live. So just want to throw that out there. Thanks for listening to us again. I appreciate it. And want to say bye and talk.